Hey there, welcome to the Emotional Fitness Club podcast. We're just 10 minutes away from a great day every day. Today's Focus Friday, but because we are launching the Emotional Fitness Club this week, I wanted to share with you another one of these features that is completely life-changing. So, again, we're going to be still staying on the journaling here, but one of the key journaling things is a prompt called Today I'm Feeling. Now, that mightn't sound too special, but when you click on that, what it does is it brings up a massive feelings inventory. And what we're doing here is we are building your emotional literacy. So you're becoming better at knowing the subtleties within different emotions, which means you're better at inquiring within yourself. Now, try and think of any skilled position. Think of a painter or a musician or even someone who's I don't even know what the word for that person is, but someone who tastes wine, right? The more skilled you become at the little intricacies, instead of just I'm angry or I'm sad, right? It's like, oh, I'm disappointed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm frustrated, I'm agitated, and just getting specific on that because they all mean different things. That means they all go to different moments, different files. And the more we understand about how we feel, remember, we never become what we feel. We feel our emotions, we don't become them. But the more we have this understanding, the more we practice, the more we check in. Like for so many clients, and this is a brilliant strategy that a lot of people's subconscious and egos to protect them take. And this was one that I did as well, one that took on very early as a child, was to detach from myself, detach from my emotions, start feeling less. Um, I remember before it was probably about, I'd been working in this health sphere, even as a homeopath, even working with emotions, right? But I wasn't someone who, I just felt like I truly felt like I just, all these people are so anxious and depressed, and I've never even felt anxious. That's what I said to myself. I'm like, I've never been anxious. I was like, no, 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 no. You've been fucking you've been massively anxious. You just don't attach to your emotions. There's no connection between your mind and your body, and you don't feel into them because you had to learn very early on that it's too painful to feel into your emotions when you're bidding for affection or bidding for attention and it gets shut down, right? For a child, that is something that after a little while and after a short while, if I'm after daddy's attention and he does not give that to me, I'll keep trialing for a bit and then all of a sudden I will stop and I will try and get attention in a different way. Maybe I'll start to achieve, or maybe I'll start to be disruptive, or maybe I'll start to get really, really sick. There's so many different possible strategies to getting attention, which equals love. We will get it anyway. We all need it. So we will find a way to get love. Sometimes we have to become overly sensitive, which we're seeing a lot in society at the moment. But building this emotional literacy, it's like building one of the most important skills to feel your best. And sometimes that is one of the first things, when I'm working with clients, I'm doing the work with them, but in between sessions, one, we're doing gratitude just because we're trying to train our brain to see more of the good. It's very important. The other thing I'm doing is every day they're doing a Today I'm Feeling activity. And even if it's the same feeling each day, we're trying to get a little bit more granular. So let me give you some examples. There's feelings positives and so let's say I'm feeling afraid. Am I apprehensive? Do I feel dread? Right? So dread it's in the afraid spectrum, but dread is on that futility, disappointment, low energy, right? When I'm dread, it's like that starts to feel like it's not leaving. I've got foreboding, frightened, mistrustful. Am I panicked? Am I petrified? Am I scared? Am I suspicious? There's a massive difference inside between panic and apprehension. Am I terrified? Am I wary? Am I worried? You can see the different levels of spectrum. If every time let's say if someone has no emotional literacy, it's just I'm scared. Scared, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. But am I scared or am I worried? Or do I have dread? Am I just apprehensive? Is there foreboding? You know, being intricate within this is, it might sound, and again, if you haven't had practice in this, but just think about everything you're really good at. The better we get at skills. If you're that wine taster, if you're a painter, it's not just blue, red, yellow, primary. It's like light blue, or, I'm not much of a painter, but all the little intricacies, like maybe this is purple, or it could be, I don't know, lilac or mauve or, ugh, again, not my strength. But it's so, so important. You don't have to be amazing at everything and have these intricacies. We can't. We can't possibly be experts at everything, but we owe it to ourselves to be experts within ourselves, right? We owe it to ourselves to be experts in how does that food feel in my body? How do I feel when someone speaks like that? Which exercise does my body respond the best to? We owe it to ourselves to be experts in that area. So again, this is just one of so many features within the Emotional Fitness Club app and community, but can't wait for you to start to experience that and start growing your literacy. And you watch as your emotional literacy starts to grow. And I mean, it's so cool. Really, your ability to self-regulate, your ability to adjust, your ability to feel a stressor, feel being pulled off center, and then being able to regulate yourself and adapt improves because you're becoming more of an expert in yourself and you're starting to feel into exactly what's happening, into those sensations attached to those very specific emotions, very specific intricacies that when I don't really think about it, I don't, think about the most emotionally dead person or the people that don't block their emotions. It can be you stressed? No, I'm not stressed. Not, no, no, I'm not angry. You're like, you seem very angry and stressed and irritated and agitated. But it's just block, block, block. No, just need a beer. Can you get me a beer? You can see how it makes sense, right? So let's get into our E-WOD of the day. And where are we? Okay, this is beautiful. So I want you to reflect on something about yourself that you've come to appreciate more over time. So what's something about yourself that you've come to appreciate more over time? Now, this could be something physical. It can be something emotional. It could be something in your career. It could be something in your spirituality, in your family, in your lifestyle. It doesn't matter. Something about yourself that you've grown to appreciate more over time. And I want you to think about how this newfound appreciation makes you feel physically. You know, a lot of times when we see this increase in self-appreciation or a feeling of pride or etc., I notice when I'm working with clients, their posture improves immediately. It's almost like a little smile happens on their body, their chest expands, like, wow, I can see that you're breathing better already just because you're feeling a little bit better about yourself, right? So does it warm your body, bring a smile to your face? Does it ease tension? I notice that immediately as well. I can take someone out of pain. I mean, shooting really bad pain, or we can reduce their pain within a session, sometimes within minutes, definitely within 10 minutes. I can take most people out of severe pain into nothing just by calming their nervous system, just by bringing into this observation and awareness. And it's really, really powerful, right? But you can do that for yourself too. So your E-WOD of the day, reflect on something about yourself you've come to appreciate more over time. How does this make you feel physically? Now, as always, we're going to do a quick little mindfulness technique or a little meditation around this. So I want you to close your eyes down. Of course, we always breathe in through the nose, trying to make sure we're aware of our posture, closing over our chest if our spine is rounded, if there's too much arch in our pelvis, we're making it difficult for our body to breathe optimally. So we want a straight, neutral spine. We want to go in through the nose. We're going to add that nitric oxide to make that efficiency better. We're going to breathe and allow that diaphragm to drop. We're going to access more of the blood vessels at the lower parts of our lungs, which means we're going to need efficient gas exchange, more bang for our buck. And as the efficiency-based machines we are, this is incredible. So just breathing in. I want you to think about something that you have come to appreciate more about yourself. Now, if your brain wants to, stay stuck on how you never used to appreciate it, or it starts finding things that you don't appreciate, just be like, this is what the power of gratitude is, right? It's like, I know about this, but let's stick to the task. This is one of the powers of emotional intelligence as well, is we don't get so distracted because we're so used to bringing ourselves back on. Our brains, for someone who's training themselves, is watching a lot of TikToks, YouTube shorts, these things that take our brain and grab them back. You're almost training yourself to be easily distracted, training yourself for your emotions to grab you and pull you off center very quickly. So we want to be able to train that back. And as we do it, we just get better and better. So finding something that you never used to appreciate that much, and now it's an increase in how much you're appreciating your body. You're appreciating it more. Again, any thoughts of, well, I don't appreciate this, this, this. Thank you, brain. I appreciate it. Let's talk about that later. We're looking for moments where I appreciate this more. Where have I grown that I appreciate? And if it's hard for you right now, that's okay. That's something to become aware of. It's like, wow, I can't find a single thing. If that's you, then I want you to thank your mind, and I want you to appreciate how tough you are on yourself, how critical you are. The only reason we are critical, we don't do it for no reason. It's because it's been one of the biggest benefits to us, right? And a lot of us start that way. Most people are highly critical inside. It's like, how do we get a donkey up a hill? We whip it. So we've found over the course of our lifetime, if I'm mean to myself, if I'm critical, because it's a great place to start change, I just keep kicking myself. I keep whipping myself because I think that's the best way to improve, but it's not. It's proven over and over. It's not. It's the best way to be highly stressed. It's the best way to start. It's not the best way to continue. And people don't have as big of an issue starting a new thing to move away from pain. What we have is an issue being consistent. And to do that, we need to really feel into the benefits and how this is helping my purpose, aligning with who I am. When we can get that right, oh, we're powerful. But just feeling into your body that appreciation. Where is it? How sort of sensation is it? Light? Commonly, that feeling of, "Oh, I appreciate that." That's, you know, they say the warm and fuzzies. Some people feel lighter. Some people just know feel a reduction in tension. Noticing into your spine. Are you feeling like, whoa, all of a sudden I'm sitting up so much straighter? Has your chin pulled back in instead of being forward? Have you noticed there's like almost like this strength and straightness, but a softness, or there's less tension within your spine or your joints? Is your diaphragm dropping? Is your belly coming out far more easily? Does it feel like the energy is sort of centered down around your core now instead of being up around your head? Just feeling into that appreciation. And just noticing where the border of that appreciation is. Where is it really strong? And then where does it sort of, start to reduce? And then where is the border where I can't feel that appreciation anymore in that part of my body? I feel it right across my chest. It's like this warm and fuzziness, but as I get just down to my ribs, that it's like I can sort of feel it, and then as we drop, you know, below the chest into the belly, it's like, oh no, I can't feel that anymore. That's just a different sensation, a different part of me. Definitely feel a relaxation in my eyes, in my forehead, in my eyebrows, my temple. I feel like my face wants to smile. It's open. I feel more open. And I mean, that's just the key, isn't it? The more open, the more appreciation we have ourselves, I really, I'm noticing that I'm appreciating this more over time. And I feel more open to talk about things. I feel more open to converse around these areas because, I don't feel as negative about it. I don't feel the guilt or the shame or the let's, avoid this. I'm happy to talk. I'm happy to share. That's really beautiful. Please continue feeling into that for as long as you need, breathing in and just sitting with this appreciation. It feels nice, right? If you'd like to, stay here for as long as you want. Find another thing. What's somewhere else that you've started to grow to appreciate more over time? You might be able to find 20. If there's nothing urgent on at the moment, why not allow yourself to sit and see if these different areas, this one might have been a physical appreciation. It's like I really have grown to love my eyes so much more. And the next one might be an emotional appreciation. I've really grown to really appreciate how much I care for others more. I always felt like it was a negative that I was being taken advantage of, that it was never being reciprocated, but I really love that about myself. It might be a skill that you have in work or in communication or something physically. I've really grown to appreciate my flexibility. Feel free to keep going or gently just close down this episode. And I look forward to talking to you um, next time. If you haven't already, please make sure you jump on the foundation list. Let's grab next Wednesday, the 6th, we launch. It's when our foundation memberships are online and available. I hope to see you as part of the community. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.